Okay. Yagumo Part 1, Yagumo Part 2, Riho Part 1. What do we do? Oh. Oh, we have a choice here. Oh, questions. Do we want to stick with Yagumo? So Riho, when we checked character data, there was another character. So I guess Riho's the other playable character. She's an actress or something. Let's do Riho Part 1. Let's find out who Riho is. Riho Part 1 Prologue. Also, I might, when I upload this on YouTube on the VODs channel, I might split this into 2 parts. Have a Yagumo Part 1 as one video, and then this is a separate part. Instead of like a 4+ hour VOD. Okay, face the lake next, and look at it. Right, just like that. Oh, she's pretty. One more, look over here. Yep. Perfect, you're positively shining. I should take a picture too. Screenshot. Terrific, you're the best. Man, thank God I was born on planet Earth. And let's finish it up with your trademark pose. One more time, strike that pose. Great, that's a wrap. Good work today. Thank you very much. Good work today. Lake Shinji, a lake straddling the border between Matsue and Izumo City in the Shimane prefecture. The bright sunlight over that lake shined down on the photo shoot of one up-and-coming actress. Having finished filming, the cameraman approaches Riho, who had just left the minibus after changing. Riho, fantastic work back there. You were great. Thank you very much. Yep. By the by, are you free after this? I know a great restaurant. Care to join me for dinner? I'm sorry, I've got stuff planned after this, so... Aw, come on. You say plans, but it's not like work, right? Just stand them up. Come on. Let's just go and... we can figure that out later, you know? No, wait up, you know? The cameraman grabbed Riho by the hand. Riho instinctively pulled her body back, startled by the sudden contact. Seriously, Riho, get with the program. A newbie like you will get nowhere with that kind of attitude. Oh. See, in this line of work, if you keep pushing people away, you'll end up getting shanked. Oh god. Shanked. Yep, shanked. That sounds like a shank's nightmare. Huh? You know Shank's Mare? By Jippensha Iku? Oh, Hey, didn't I tell you to cut it out with the trashy puns? Oh, Manabe. The one to interrupt their now incoherent conversation was one Shoko Manabe. She's been working as Riho's personal manager for the last 6 months. Okay, so she's got a friend too. Don't call them trashy, that's awful. Telling us bad puns as soon as you come up with them is the same as taking them out of the trash can. Stop it. Fine. Good, incidentally, Manabe fixed her glasses and turned her gaze to the cameraman next. It seemed to me like you were trying to string Riho on, even after she said no. But that was just my imagination, right? No, you were informed that this kind of conduct is not acceptable in our agency, yes? Also, I've taken the liberty of shooting videos of Riho on my camcorder to help her get used to the camera. And your talk back there is on film. Oh, shit, get fucked. That's not what happened. Not at all, you got the wrong idea. It was, you know, that... I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest clue what that is. Manabe's tone turned harsher, and as if in reverse proportion to her voice, the cameraman seemed to become smaller. It was, an accident, an unintentional coincidence. Yeah, sure, cameraman. Like, seriously, I'm sorry. Bye-bye. The cameraman finally snapped under Manabe's pressure and took off. Thank you saved me, Manabe. Learn how to cut losers like him down to size, would you? Men like him will be all over you like flies in the future, you know? You say cut him down to size, but he's not a fish, you know. It doesn't go that easily. It's the same thing, really. Hold him down so he can't move, pick out his organs, and choke the life out of him. Jesus, okay. Thank you for the good luck, Troupon. That's scary, you can't think that about other people. Anyway, I'm not always going to be there to help you. Learn how to keep yourself safe. I'll try. Aww. Anyway, since your schedule for the day is done, let's check in at the hotel. Oh, wait. I actually promised to meet up with a friend who lives around here. They were classmates in high school, so I figured she could show me around. That's fine, but you should have told me that sooner. I have my own plans to consider too. Sorry! I'll be careful next time. We're meeting up right next to Miho Shrine. The game's graphics suck. No, they're cool. I really like the character art. The backgrounds are a little bit fuzzy at times. But the character art's very nice. I wish I had an RTX 69420. I probably couldn't afford one of those though. With that said, Riho took off in the direction she pointed toward not a moment ago. It wasn't actually nearby. In fact, it was too large a distance to cover by foot, but Riho decided to not pay it any mind. I swear, could you listen to what people are saying for once in your life? Fine, whatever. How often has she been caught up by Riho's pace like this already? Way too often, for sure. I suppose I should get used to it. Yes, for sure. After heaving a deep sigh, Manabe followed Riho, who was hurrying on ahead. Alright, we're going to Miho Shrine. We were just at Lake Shinji. Got it. Cool. Miho Shrine, built in honor of Mihotsume no Mikoto and Koto Shironushi, said to be patrons of commerce, safety at sea, and marriage. The two of them stood before the Great Temple Gate, which was regarded as a tangible cultural property, as Riho waited for a friend. Thank you for the good luck, Deep. I wonder what's keeping Mie. It's about time, I think. She isn't here yet. It's not like Mie to be late for anything, but... Riho looked around, when a woman who stood next to the water basin for cleansing one's hands walked up to her with a smile. Riho, it's been forever. Huh? Wait, is that you, Mie? It is, isn't it? That's right, gosh, you've become so pretty. I couldn't tell it was you at first. You too, you look so mature. You're so much taller now. Just a bit. The two rejoiced over their reunion for a while, holding hands and hopping about happily. After calming down, Riho turned around to face Manabe. Let me introduce you. This is my classmate from high school, Mie Aoto. This is my current manager, Manabe. I'm Mie Aoto. Nice to meet you. Shoko Manabe, a pleasure. Mie's been into local history for years and studied about it, so she is really informed when it comes to Shimane. I see, a local history researcher. Researcher? No, it's nothing that nature, but I can make for a good tour guide. Then we'll take you up on that offer. We'll be counting on you. Okay. Big shrine. So Mie, what's the shrine all about? Miho Shrine celebrates Mihotsume no Mikoto and Koto Shironushi. Apparently, it already existed by year 5 of the Tempio period. But they found traces of more ancient rituals here, so it might have been a holy ground for even longer than that. Year 5 of the Tempio period. That would be 733 AD in the Gregorian calendar. That's over 1,000 years ago. This shrine has much more history to it than I could even imagine. It's said that the main temple was actually lost in the Mihonoseki fire. The structure we see now was rebuilt in the early Edo period. The Hyoko Taishazukuri, or well, the architecture of the main temple is a sight to behold. Of special note is the Aofushigaki ritual. It employs a divine boat, but the ritual is done behind a curtain, so onlookers can't see it. It's a 10-day ritual, and it's so laborious. The head Toya priest is in danger of passing out from fasting, and he apparently got rolling, at which point it was hard to stop her constant stream of commentary. Riho and Manabe were simply left to drown in this constant flood of incomprehensible lingo and information. Okay. Manabe. Manabe, you're Riho's manager, right? What's Riho like when she's working? She's been getting good feedback from every place she's worked in. She does snore when she falls asleep during breaks, but... Hey, stop that! Don't tell her things she doesn't need to know! You're very intellectual and educated, Mie. I wish Riho could take a page out of your book. Hey, I studied acting! I'm telling you to read a little and broaden your horizons. Even comedy actors that act dumb are pretty smart nowadays. Playing dumb to get laughs and generate a sense of superiority in the host and the crowd takes a very delicate balance. Well, don't worry, I've read lots of mystery novels. I've read everything from classics like Holmes and Poirot to recent thrillers. Yeah, you were always big on mystery novels. Mystery novels, huh? Not as refined or educating as I like, but at least you're reading something. Okay. Mie. Do you attend the local college here, Mie? Yes, I'm a third-year university at Shimane Central University. I mainly research Yakumo Koizumi. Okay. Yakumo Koizumi, the author of Kwaidan? Right, that's him. His real name was Patrick Lafcadio Heron. He married Setsu Koizumi after moving to Japan and lived in Matsue. Yeah, we learned about this person in Root Letter before, a long time ago. We went to the memorial museum or something for him. There are records that Yakumo Koizumi visited the Miho Shrine. See. Hey, is there anything else? I'm sure there's plenty more you can tell me about the shrine. Yeah. Oh, remember how I told you Koto Shironushi is enshrined here? Well, he's an important deity for the transfer of the land myth. Transfer of the land? Put simply, it's a story of how Koto Shironushi and his father Okuninushi were defeated in battle and gave up Izumo to the heavenly gods. After losing in battle, Koto Shironushi flipped over his boat, which floated on the ocean and hid beneath it. I get it. My little brother would always sulk and hide in the closet when he lost an argument over pudding. It's like that. Yes, I think. Okay. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm so tired. By the way, are you two planning on staying in Shimane tomorrow? Yes, we're planning on get a feel for Shimane's atmosphere for a show she's set to appear in. We'd actually love for you to show us around tomorrow too. Sure thing, I left my schedule open tomorrow with that in mind. Yay, Mie's nice. And let's stay in the area for today, and tomorrow we can go to some of the further sites. Sounds good, having an expert on the area like you is a huge help. Then let's walk around the area for a bit longer. Okay. Let's go to Mihokon then. He soon arrives at the Miho Inn, and Manabe swiftly finished their check-in procedures. Oh, you really are an actress. I can't imagine staying at such an expensive inn. We were actually planning on staying at a cheaper inn, but only this place had 2 vacant rooms. I wouldn't mind sharing a double room, but Manabe was really against it. Of course, you've kept me up with how you snore and toss in your sleep, one time too many. Come on, it's not that bad. Have you heard of sound levels, Riho? It's a unit of measurement for how loud noises are. Well, they recorded your snoring last time, and the gauge says it's 120 decibels. Jesus. Yeah, what about it? That's the same volume as having a diesel engine humming right next to your ear. Diesel engine? I've actually wondered if you're about to take off and fly off into the sky with how loud you can be. I'm sorry, I'm really grateful for everything you do for me, yes. Feeling apologetic, Riho resolves to treat Manabe more gently and considerably. Okay. Go over to Matsue then. Oh, we can go to Matsue Castle. Cool. Riho, Mie, and Manabe visited Matsue Castle. One of the rare few castles made in the Edo period that still has intact keeps. I really do like how these portraits are presented on these screens. Very nice. I think this is the first time I've seen a real castle. Can we go inside? Yeah, we can climb up the castle keep too. A castle keep? That's where the head honcho lived, right? That's so cool. Imagine living like Bakatono. I could put some makeup on you and make you look like Bakatono if you'd like. I don't want to look like him, just live like him. Living with cute servants serving me every day. Those are some questionable dreams. That's when it happens. The sound of Mie's cell phone rings out from her pocket. Sorry, I gotta take this. She pulled out her cell phone, and her face lit up as soon as she pressed the phone to her ear. Dad! Oh, it's been too long! Huh? You're coming to Shimane? Mie must have been close to whoever it was, because her voice was quite cheerful. Really? That's great. Give me a second. Mie put the phone aside and turned to face Riho. What's up? Actually, my dad just told me he's on his way to Shimane. He said he'd love to have dinner with my friends. Are you alright with that? Sure. Riho said it's fine. Okay, Dad. I'll be seeing you then. You look really happy. You must get along with your dad. Yeah, he's into archaeology and folklore too, so talking to him is a lot of fun. Oh. Moved to the Iwate because of work and hasn't been back in a while. I wonder what happened. He must have wanted to see you again. You think? I'm sure of it. Anyway, let's head to that restaurant. Yeah, Dad said he's got reservations at Restaurant Pear. It's a 15-minute walk from here. Okay. A Restaurant Bear. There were already a few groups sitting at the restaurant, chatting and laughing cheerfully. Ryo's group was led to a table for 4, where they took a seat. Looks like this place serves some original drinks. And it looks like they serve authentic Italian cuisine. I think we can expect some good food. Riho and Manabe said enthusiastically as they looked through the lavish menu. Mie, on the other hand, was fidgeting nervously ever since they took a seat. Where are you, Dad? Say, Riho. Manabe whispered to Riho. Has Mie always been like that? Like what? How do I put it? It's like she's a bit too attached to her father. Manabe speaks awkwardly, staying as non-committal as possible. Mie's always been kind of a daddy's girl. I think she's just been kinda lonely because her dad started studying in Shimane's university. I see. It's a bit surprising. Women her age usually butt heads with their fathers. Yeah, I was like that too. Okay. You're really cool with waiting for people, huh? We have to wait for people to show up pretty often during business talks. Yeah, it's like when men keep girls waiting at a date. It's nothing alike. If anything, I keep the men waiting. Let's just leave it at that, okay? A young woman is seated all on her own at one of the other tables. She's likely waiting for someone too, because she keeps looking at her wristwatch nervously. Oh. He's been agitated for a while now. And every time Riho tries to speak to her, she replies absent-mindedly. She must be looking forward to meeting her dad. She's been fidgety for a while now. There's her dad, maybe? A middle-aged man enters the restaurant and started looking around. Realizing he must be looking for someone, Riho points him out to Mie, who... Ah, Dad! Over here! Oh, Mie. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Sure enough, that man is Mie's father. He approaches Riho's table with a gentle smile. My, I am quite late, aren't I? It's been so long, I missed you. Mie, who didn't often let her feelings show, hugged Kosaku with clear enthusiasm. Now, not in front of your friends, dear. I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh no. Okay. What will you have to drink? Waiter approaches them, likely cleanly noticing all 4 seats have been taken. Well, I'll be driving back, so I think I'll have a non-alcoholic pear banquet. Our menu for the main dishes is right here. I'll have the rotisserie chicken. What about you 3? I'll have this cocktail, and my main dish will be... But I'll have wine. Oh. With their dishes on the table, they all had a toast and began their small celebration. Anyway, good evening. I am Mie's father. Thank you for keeping my daughter company. Nice to meet you, I'm Riho. And this here is my manager, Manabe. Manabe bows her head. Manager? Are you an idol or something of the sort? She's not an idol, but she's an actress. They'll be shooting a show here in Shimane soon. My, that's incredible. Maybe I should ask you for an autograph while I have the chance. Yeah, I figured I'd bring some paper for her to sign on later. An autograph, I'm gonna blush here. After a few minutes of bantering, the waiter arrives with their drinks. Kosaku started their modest banquet with a toast. Okay. Do you work here in Shimane, Kosaku? No, just vacation. I wanted to see my daughter, and there's some bothersome business too. Bothersome business, you say? Huh? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing all that major, actually. Okay. Dad, do you want to stay at my place today? No, I've got reservations at a business hotel near the station. A one-room apartment is a bit small. Right, but we can meet up early tomorrow morning, right? No, I'm a bit busy tomorrow. I think I'll be occupied until evening. I see. It was clearly disheartened, to which Kosaku hurriedly patched things up. But that said, I should be free during the night, so we can have dinner tomorrow too. Really, you promise? Yes, it's a promise. Mie really does love her dad, huh? Aw, busy dad. My daughter told me a lot about you, Riho. She talked about you just about every day. Dad, that's embarrassing. She's always been a bit timid. Maybe I spoiled her, given that her mother passed away. She became cheerful after meeting you. She became more expressive, and that made me happy. I hope we can stay friends in the future, too. Oh, not at all. Talking to Mie is always fun. I'd love to always be friends with her, right, Mie? Yeah. Thanks, Riho. Oh. And by the way, Dad, why did you come back to Shimane all of a sudden? Well, there are some things I need to attend here. You mean? No, it's nothing. The pleasant conversation is disturbed by the sudden sound of a ringtone. As Kosaku glances at his phone, his expression turns severe as he rises from his seat. My apologies. I have to take this. Yes? Yes, right now? I see. No, understood. I'll be right over. Aw, Mandy has to leave dinner early too. Wow. Kosaku returns to his seat, no longer as calm as he was before. He was upset by something. He made no effort to hide it. I'm sorry. Something popped up. I'll have to leave early. Oh, you're leaving? Don't worry, I'm still in Shimane for a while. I'll stay in touch. Kosaku gathers his things and gets up from his seat. Take care, Dad. He sees him off with a somewhat anxious gaze, and Kosaku walks away without answering her concerns. I wonder what happened to Dad. I've never seen him make such a scary face before. It must have been something work-related. You know, being a grown-up can be tough. Riho tried to soothe Mie, but those words didn't seem to reach her. Hey, can I have a second? A call cries out to them from one of the inner tables. Riho recognizes the person with a glance. It was the woman from one of the tables, the one that kept checking her watch. Huh? Yes, how can I help you? Mie replies with a dubious expression, and the woman regards her with a grin. Well, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but is that person that just left happen to be Kosaku? Huh? Yes, that's him, but... Ah, I knew it. I did think he looked familiar. I only saw photographs, so I was a bit scared to walk up and ask, though. Do you know my dad? Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Ayane Kotoshiro. Does that clear things up? Oh, Kotoshiro. You mean Dad's family? That's right. I'm from the Kotoshiro family, the household your father cast aside, and that means you and I are cousins. Okay. Oh, I'm Mie Oto. A pleasure to meet you. Oto. I've heard your father left the Kotoshiro household and was adopted into some family, but the Oto family, eh? Well, it's still a surprise meeting between two cousins. Nice to meet you, Mie. Yes. Mie awkwardly shakes Ayane's extended hand. It seems there were some complicated circumstances between Mie's father and his family, the Kotoshiro house. So will you be coming tomorrow too? What? Oh. Haven't you heard? The previous family had passed away. No, I didn't know anything about that. Oh, yikes, really? Well, I guess if your dad didn't tell you, I guess I shouldn't be the one to tell you. Never mind then. It was fun meeting ya. See ya. Bye, Ayane. Ayane exits the restaurant, leaving Mie, who looked like she still had unanswered questions for her behind. That leaves the three of them speechless and unable to piece together what had just happened. Riho finished her dinner, after which she and Manabe part with Mie and stroll through Matsue. The chilly night breeze blows pleasantly against Riho's mildly flushed face. Oh, I'm stuffed. Good for you. Now then, star actress, do you have a few words for the camera? What, right now? Riho puffed her cheeks as if bothered, but Manabe was already pointing the camcorder her way. The moment she switched on the camera, Riho switched gears and put on her expression as an actress. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, action. Oh, this would be a good screenshot. Reunion with a friend, pleasant tourism, and a brief dinner. Screenshot. Yeah, very nice. The omens of the tragedy to come were already there in plain sight. We would only come to notice them after it had all been resolved. Oh. Well, that's not ominous at all. Riho, Part 1, Chapter 1. Interesting, okay. Early next morning at the Miho Inn. Riho looks out the window absent-mindedly, her mind still groggy from low blood pressure. Before her eyes is the lovely sight of the morning sunshine sparkling against Mihonoseki's waves. Really, such a beautiful view. Riho gives this vague reply to Manabe, who had come to her room to pick her up. Suddenly, they hear a modest knocking from the door. Riho rubs her sleepy eyes and approaches the door with this nondescript sound. Click. Oh, it's this song. Oh my god. This is a song we heard a lot of back in Root Letter. Riho opens the door carelessly, only to find... I missed this song. Mie, what's wrong? Why are you here so early? Mie is hanging her head silently. Riho silently realizes something is wrong. You want to come in and talk? Come on, don't stand there, okay? Alright. After inviting Mie, who was still hanging her head, into the room, Riho asks again. What brings you here this early in the morning? I can't get in touch with Dad, ever since last night. After dinner, he wouldn't pick up. I thought it was kind of strange, but I kept calling him this morning. But he still wouldn't pick up. Did you try calling the hotel where your father is staying? I did, and they said he didn't come back yesterday. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Dad's always diligent, and it's the first time he's ever gone off without calling. I'm worried. What if he got in some kind of accident? I see. If he hasn't been back to his hotel, it might be better if we contact the police. Is it though? He's a grown man and he's only been gone for a day. Do you think they'll really pay us any attention? I don't know. But this isn't a situation where we can handle on our own. It's possible he was caught up in some kind of accident after all. Riho contemplates Manabe's words, but just as she's about to part her lips to speak again... Mie takes out her phone, which is ringing and vibrating, and hurriedly presses it to her ear. She's likely thinking it's a call from her father. Yes, this is Mio, hello? Huh? The police? The Yasugi station? What? Dad is... No. It can't be. Mie's eyes were wide with shock. Realizing from her demeanor that something big happened, Riho immediately speaks up. Mie! Keep it together! What happened? What happened to your dad? Oh, God. They said they found Dad's car at the bottom of the Nakaumi. What? Uh-oh. Oh my god. The Nakaumi is a lake that spans Matsue and Yasugi City. all the way to the port town that borders with the Totori prefecture. A patrol car arrives and takes Riho and her group to the wharf. There are already a few patrol cars parked there, and they could see the automobile being pulled out of the water. Excuse me. We're with Kosaku Aoto's family. Oh, I'm sorry you had to come all the way here. Huh. Are all three of you members of the family? No, I'm his daughter. The other two came here with me. I'm an actress from Tokyo, Riho. And I'm her manager, Manabe. Yes, understood. I'm Toshido Manba, from the Metropolitan Public Security Bureau. Is my father? Manba averts his gaze to one side. Could you look over there? Oh no. His gaze is fixed on a blue sheet covering something that is roughly the size of a person. Mie approaches the sheet with wobbly steps and slowly pulls it back. Her eyes open wide, and her hand stops in shock. A moment that feels as long as an eternity passes by. Riho silently watches over Mie, and Manabe looks away, unable to watch. This is your father, Kosaku Aoto, yes? Yes, this is my father. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. A shout that borders on a scream gently shakes the waters of the Nakaumi. Gotta get it on film. Dad, why? Why? Mie! Riho hurries and catches Mie, who is about to crumble to her knees in her arms. Last night, Mr. Kosaku drove his car off this wharf. We checked his drive recorder, and it seems he was driving quite erratically before falling into the water. Based on the footage, the police concluded this was caused by drunken driving, but he got a non-alcoholic drink. We'll have to wait for the autopsy report, but judging by past cases... Thank you for the good luck, Troopa. Drunken driving? No, that can't be. No, no! Dad! Oh... Until Mie eventually calmed down, her screams and sobs echoed across the Nakaumi wharf. Thank you for the GLHF, Deeblet. The 3 times good luck streak, let's go. And as she did, Riho said nothing. She simply embraced her slender form wordlessly. One hour later, Riho and Manabe take the weeping Mie back to her studio apartment, and then head back to the Miho Inn with grave expressions. The two of them walk on wordlessly, but eventually Riho stops in her tracks. Riho? Manabe, I really can't take this after all. Can't take this? What do you mean? Kind of pisses me off and I can't stand it. Pisses you off. I understand, but there's nothing we can really do about this. I mean, the police are dead set on passing this whole case off as drunken driving. But Mie said Kosaku isn't someone to do that, and I'm going to believe her. You remember that call he got during dinner? Yes. We don't know who called him, but whoever that was, Kosaku started acting differently after that call. Right, and then he left in a hurry. That means someone must have called him over. And whoever it was, Kosaku didn't want to see them. Something must have happened when they met. Which means I want to look into this case, if nothing else for Mie's sake. I had a feeling this is where we'd end up. Shouldn't I? Would you listen to me if I said no? I might as well clear your schedule for this trip and let you look into things until you're satisfied. Yeah, but you don't have to come along with me. That isn't gonna fly. I can't let a girl as reckless as you run around danger alone. Wow, another game where we're an actress turned detective. Alright. I'll follow this through with you, as your manager. Alright, thank you, Manabe. Riho bows happily, and Manabe simply cracks a sardonic smile. The two of them then hasten their steps as if to show their resolve toward tackling this mystery. Yeah, we've been playing a few games now. Well, I guess in Root Letter as well. You don't really have any credentials to be a detective, and you're investigating stuff. Where are we going? We can go to. Let's go to Miho-kan. Just in case we missed anything. They return to the inn. Riho sips some tea Manabe made her and sighs. I can't believe this happened right when I met up with an old friend. Do you really think this is an incident? Well, we can't know for sure now, but someone might have tried to kill him and prop it up as an accident. True. In that case, the key's who he met before this whole thing happened. Yeah, but an accident or an incident, which of them will end up hurting Mie less? That doesn't matter. What matters is finding the truth. We will find the truth. Let's go to the restaurant. They go back to Restaurant Pear, where they dined with Kosaku the night prior. Is there something here, Riho? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she's related to this, but I want to ask about Ayane. Why about her? Well, Mie and Ayane are cousins, so that means Ayane is Kosaku's niece, right? Before she left, she asked Mie if she'll be coming tomorrow too. So I figured that might mean Kosaku was supposed to visit his old family, the Kotoshiros. So you think Ayane, or rather, the Kotoshiro house has something to do with Kosaku's death? Yeah, that would make sense. I think it's possible. If Kosaku returned to Shimane to visit the Kotoshiros, it feels a bit too comfortable for him to disappear right before he sees them. So I want to look a bit deeper into the Kotoshiro family. Yes. I see where you're coming from. But wow, you really did read a lot of mystery novels, didn't you? I'm surprised by your detective skills. I'll be seeking out pieces of a half-baked mystery. From now on, you can call me Chemistry. Do you want me to call you that? Never mind. As the two banter, a waiter notices the pair's suspicious behavior and approaches them. At a sight, Riho recognized that it was the same waiter that served their table last night. Excuse me, would you like a table for two? Oh, no, sorry. We didn't come here as customers this time. We just want to ask you something. What is it? Actually, we had dinner here last night. Do you recall a woman that sat at the table over there? Yes, I believe it was Miss Ayane Kotoshiro. That family are regulars of ours, so I happen to know her. Right, that's good. Well, apparently she was supposed to meet someone, but they didn't show up. So we were asked to deliver something to that someone, but his name just slipped my mind. Do you remember who she was supposed to meet? Yes, I believe it was one Mr. Kazuya Makita. He's an employee of the Kotoshido family. The reservation was on his name, so I'm pretty sure it was him. Oh, right. Kazuya Makita, that was his name. Thank you. Riho gets the name of the person Ayane was supposed to meet with. After thanking the waiter a few times, the two leave the restaurant. I'm surprised you were able to make that up. Oh, come on, at least we know who she was waiting for. But I'm surprised. It looked like she was waiting for her boyfriend, but it was actually her family's employee. The relationship between them is curious, for sure. Yeah, there's a chance that employee was the person that called Kosaku too. Right. Let's look into this a bit deeper, chemistry. What's wrong? Let's hurry up and go, chemistry. Sorry, please forget about that. I've officially spent the entirety of my Twitch payout. I hope you spent it well. Anything on this map? Nope. We're still on this side. Let's go to the lake first. Now we can go to the pier. I don't know why I'm so tired. Jesus. Riho stands on the banks of Lake Shinji, gazing at the serene lake surface. Mie's tragic, tearful expression. The way Kosaku lay limply in the pallor of his skin. They flashed back and forth intermittently in Riho's mind. No good, I can't gather my thoughts. At times like these, she was better off acting rather than thinking. Riho knew this from experience, and so she decided to stop thinking about it and instead decided to set off. 2 subs, some weights to actually work out with. Set to make a deal, Solar and mic problems fixed. Oh, sweet. Hey. Seemed like good purchases. The police's investigation of the Nakaumi docks is still ongoing. The autopsy likely hadn't been done yet, since the body was still covered by the blue sheet. Well, there's a new person here. Apparently the car had been pulled out of the water and is now being towed by the crane. There's seaweed coiled around the car's frame, which had apparently clung to the car underwater. The car itself doesn't seem to be damaged from the looks of it. So it's not like something rammed the car and sent it plummeting into the water, so why? Okay. Oh, you two again. Do you need something? When's the autopsy set to take place? There's a lot of red tape to take care of, so it'd take at least a week at the latest. Jesus. Consider yourselves lucky if it only takes that long, though. So you can't really know if he was driving drunk until you do that, huh? We're fairly confident that's what happened. It's hard to imagine otherwise, given how wildly he was driving. The driver recorder proves that. We're confident there's no way he was driving drunk. Oh? And what do you base his confidence on? His daughter, Mie, insists that Kosaku wasn't a person who would do that, so I believe her. I see. If it's just to figure out if he was drunk, we don't need an autopsy. We'll just need to check his blood alcohol level, and we can do that today. We already collected a blood samples from the body, and asked forensics to run a test. Really? Yes, I just hope the result doesn't end up causing any more heartbreak to his daughter Mie, or to you. Thank you, Manba. Who's new lady? Hey, who's that person over there? Wanabe says while eyeing the area around the blue sheet suspiciously. Riho follows her gaze, only to find herself looking at a woman clad in traditional Japanese clothes. She looked quite out of place. As the woman walked away from the blue sheet briskly and addressed Manba. Oh, yes, and it's certainly my brother, Kosaku. I see. Yes, we're grateful you went to the trouble of coming over to confirm it for us. Yes, it certainly was a brother. He may be my brother, but he is no longer part of the Kotoshido family. I very much want nothing to do with him. Damn. Cold. I see. That's quite right. But if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a bit about him. Is this supposed to be compulsory? In which case, I'd like to see a warrant. No, I mean willingly. Of course, at your leisure. I apologize. I'm just a bit agitated since our family head, Higozaimon, passed away. I have a meeting later today regarding the funeral at Fumonin, so I'll have to decline. I see. Some other time then. Thank you for your cooperation. She didn't seem very cooperative, but okay. Wamba saluted as the woman walked away, paying him no heed. Oh, who was that lady? She's scary. She said Kosaku was her brother, so I'd assume she's from the Kotoshido family. She mentioned going to Fumonin, so we might want to catch up to her and ask her a few questions. I'm not good with old ladies like her. I feel like she'll just get mad at us if we walk up to her. Probably. Weren't you going to look into this for me, eh? Well, yeah, but... Okay. Let's go chase her down. Fumonin. Riho and Manabe arrive in Fumonin. They cross the magnificent temple gate and reach the main temple. It is built with an impressive tilted roof style. Suddenly, the sound of cussing, quite inappropriate for a temple's grounds, reaches Riho's ears. Huh? What was that? I can't imagine someone having an argument at a place like this, but... Riho and Manabe hide in the shadows, looking ahead as the shouting didn't seem to be dying down any. They see a stern-faced man clad in traditional clothes, scolding and shouting at a young man. You miserable wretch! You dragged my name through the mud again! My apologies, but the payment I've given for the ritual fits the sum Lady Ryoko specified. Don't talk back to me! I'm saying you are shaming me, the future head of the family. Okay. The future head of the Kotoshidos? Ugh. The middle-aged man kicks the younger man in the stomach, prompting him to bend over, his face contorting in pain. Ah! Riho was watching this take place, almost burst out of hiding spot when... Hey, stop that, Uncle Seiji! If you're really going to be the head of the Kotoshiro family, how about you act like a decent adult? Okay. The man Ayane called Uncle Seiji walks off with a scoff. Perhaps put off, but her sharp glance. God, are you alright, Kazuya? I'm fine, thank you, young lady. Don't strain yourself, just rest here for a while, alright? Yes. Riho whispers to Manabe as she watches over the scene. She called him Kazuya, so this might be the person Ayane was waiting for in the restaurant. He called her young lady, so I think that's safe to assume. What should we do then? Probably pretend we don't recognize her and approach them? Yeah, let's do that. Riho and Manabe nodded at each other, stepped out of the shadows, and approached the two inconspicuously. Huh? Wait? Didn't we see you at the restaurant last night? What a coincidence! I can't say I expected to see you again here. Oh. Riho greets and engages her in small talk for a while. Wow, so you're the Kotoshido's family's butler, Kazuya. He's attentive, kind, and a hard worker, and despite that, Oh, never mind. Forget it. She must mean that Uncle Seiji. Oh, by the way, I've heard about Uncle Kosaku. How's Mie? Oh, yes, she's, not taking it too well. Right, makes sense. Her dad did pass away all of a sudden. Well, I only just met her, so I don't really feel like she's my cousin, but tell her I said not to be too bummed over this too much and cheer up. Easier said than done. And if she needs someone to talk to, I'm willing to lend an ear. Alright, thanks. I'll let her know you said that. But really, it doesn't feel real. Uncle Kosaku should have come over to visit us today. So Kosaku really did come back to Shimane to visit the Kotoshiro family. Yeah, my grandpa, the head of the old family, passed away recently. But they still have to discuss who the next head of the family will be. Well, Uncle Kosaku was the elder son, but he married into another family, which means Uncle Seiji is automatically set to be the next heir. Oh, she has synesthesia as well. Okay. Cool. I see. Which means that Uncle Seiji had a good enough motive to kill Kosaku. Alright. But wow, seeing a butler is unusual nowadays, especially for the fact your family's been serving the Kotoshiros for generations. Well, that's mostly because the Kotoshiro house is a well-known family in Matsue. They were once a warrior clan, set to worship and be under the protection of the Kotoshiro Nushi. Texts dating back to the Kamakura period tell us much. The Kamakura period? That's the one that started in 1192, right? The Make Japan Great Again one? That's right. Okay. By the way, what are you two doing here? Oh, we came over to talk to Ryoko. Huh? How do you know my mom? She was called to the scene to identify Kosaku's body, and we met her there. Aww, no luck. Sad. Yo, Logimus, what's up? Game's okay so far. Oh, so that's what happened. So you wanted to ask her if she knows anything about why Uncle Kosaku died, huh? Yeah, something like that. She said she'd be going to Fumonin back then. And you're a little late. She just went back home. If you really want to talk to her, stop by my house. It's not far from here. I think we will. Can you give us the address? Sure, it's... Riho writes down the address Ayane gives her. Now we can ask the Kotoshiro family some questions. I should speak to that Seiji guy later, too. Anyway, it's about time we leave. Yes, we should. We don't want to be late. Oh, late for what? They appear to have some kind of appointment. The two bid Riho farewell and walk off together. Okay. To the Kotoshiro residence. Let's head for the Kotoshiro's place then. Oh, wait a sec. What is it? Well, we can't exactly go there whenever we want. And going there is going to take up a lot of our time, so I figured we should go there last. Oh, okay. So I figured maybe we should do this after checking everywhere else first. I see. I suppose that's definitely the most efficient course of action. Alright, we'll leave visiting the Kotoshiro's place for last. Got it, so we have to check everywhere else first. Let's go to... anywhere over here. We can go again. I guess we can go back to Miho-kan. I don't know if there'll be anything else new here. But it's worth a shot. They returned to the inn. Riho sipped some tea Manabe made her in size. I can't believe this happened right when I met up with an old friend. Oh, we've seen this dialogue before. Okay. Nothing new there. Go to the lake. I have to solve the case of Lake Shinji. It can't just be a coincidence. Denying that option in her heart, she nods at Manabe and leaves the lake. Okay, so to the restaurant. We probably shouldn't bother them so much while they're working. Riho lets go of the doorknob and goes back the way she came. Okay. We can go back to the pier then. The only other place to go. Police's investigation of the Nakoumi docks is still ongoing. The autopsy likely hasn't been done yet, since the body was still covered by the blue sheet. Did you get those blood tests back? There's something I'd like to confirm. Have you pinpointed the time the car had sunk? Yes, the drive recorder was unharmed, thankfully. He reached this wharf at roughly 8:40 p.m. and parked the car for a while. Probably wanted to breath some night air or something. After that, at 9:30, he started the car again and suddenly started driving erratically before eventually driving himself off the wharf. Oh. Oh, I guess I was supposed to see this before going to Fumonin. Because this is explaining that she has synesthesia. As soon as Mamba says that, Riho feels the view before her eyes distort as his words act out in her mind's eye. Riho knew this feeling, synesthesia. The unique sensation she and her family experience at times. His sensation, these words, I have to remember them. Okay. Kosaku's car sunk into the lake at 9:30. So he arrived here at 8:40, which means he came here right after he left us. What do you mean by that? Were you with him shortly before the incident happened? Yes, actually. We met him for dinner. Oh, I see. Oh, he got a non-alcoholic drink. So he drank while he was dining with you, and came here because someone called him over. The car was likely parked between 8:40 and 9:30 because he was speaking to whoever called him. He drank while dining with us. Did he though? Kosaku ordered a drink, but I don't exactly remember which one. He got a non-alcoholic pear banquet. Well, no matter. Thank you for this precious bit of information. The question of who called him is concerning, but if they spoke to him over the phone, we can just check the call history. His phone still works? Yeah, the question who he met with feels important. Kosaku really did act strange back then. We looked at this already. Okay. Can we go back to the restaurant to get the drink that he got now? Nope. Okay. Can we go to the residence now? I might still have to talk to the detective at the pier. Let's head over to Kotoshiro's place then. Nope, okay. I missed something at the pier. Probably. I have to talk to the detective again. The wharf is full of police officers still investigating the scene. Oh, the detective's gone now. Never mind. I had to leave and come back. Edie! Edie, hello, 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 hello. Oh my god, your emotes are, well, I guess they're good. They're there. Wait, do I have that emote? I do have that emote. I can use that. I'm an Edie sub. Yeah. They're good. How's it going, Eddie? I hope you're doing well. Beneath the clear sky and the serene coastline, the uniformed men are the only signs something wrong had taken place. No, there's also the blue sheet and the car hanging from the crane, but okay. The pleasant sunlight and wind breeze couldn't reach Riho right now. Riho simply remains silent and gazes at Kosaku's corpse covered by the blue sheet. Yeah, that also gives away that something bad has happened. The corpse, the dead body. Okay, I guess not the pier. Okay, let's go here then. Where am I going? We saw this already. Okay. We can't go to the restaurant. Can't go to the restaurant. Nope, okay, let's go back to the hotel. Our inn. Miho-kan. Regroup at the inn. Okay. Upon returning to the inn, Riho claps her hands together. I know, Manabe. When we were having dinner with Kosaku, your camera was running, right? Why would you use... Why do you film everything? Huh? Yes, I left it sitting on the table, but it was on. But that's it! If we check the footage, we'll be able to see if Kosaku was drinking. Ah, you're right. Let's check it out. Manabe hurriedly takes out her camcorder and puts the SD card with yesterday's data in it. She then searches through the screen for a while before finding the point where the dinner party started. Ready? I'm hitting play. How in the world did you get that shot? I am quite late, aren't I? It's been so long, I missed you. Where was your camera sitting? On another table? No, not in front of your friends, dear. Okay. What do you have to drink? I'll be driving, so I think I'll have a non-alcoholic pear banquet. Alright, we got us drink. Looks like I ordered a non-alcoholic drink at the restaurant. He said it clearly. He took a non-alcoholic drink because he knew he'd be driving. Yes, let's keep on listening and see if he didn't order anything else, just to be on the safe side. Right. We kept looking until Kosaku left, but he only had more of the same drink. He didn't drink any alcohol. Right, Mia's dad wasn't the kind of person to drive drunk after all. Mm-hmm. This song was also from the original root letter, if I'm remembering correctly. It sounds like it. I could be wrong. Okay, now I'm all fired up. Why did Kosaku go through that accident? I'll definitely get to the bottom of this. Okay, now can we go to the residence? To the Kotoshiro residence? Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. We're here. What the hell? They really are a distinguished family. They arrive at the address Ayane gave them and find the Kotoshiro family's estate. Or at least what seems to be their estate. A white wall stretches across the entire length of the road. And walk though they might, the gate doesn't seem to come into view. There was what looked like a side entrance back there, but we couldn't go in through there. Of course we couldn't. We can't enter someone else's premises from the side entrance. God, where's the main entrance? Riho can't help but look up to the heavens and cry out in frustration when a familiar voice reaches her ears. Oh, it's you two. Oh, Inspector Mamba. You girls sure had a rough time of it. Ayane's pleasant laughter spills over Riho and Manabe, who were absolutely dripped with sweat. 10 minutes later, Riho and Manabe finally find the main gate, after which they are greeted and ushered in by Ayane. God, we would have walked right past here if it wasn't for Inspector Mamba. I had business here too, so it worked out well. Apparently, if you'd have gone the other way, just a bit from where you first arrived, you'd be at the front gate. You went the whole way around. I'm the type that always picks the wrong answer. Okay. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. By the way, why did you come here for a house call, Inspector Mamba? Didn't you say this morning that your stance is that this case is an accident? About that, the results from Mr. Kosaku's blood test came from forensics. They found no traces of alcohol consumption. Yeah, we know. Cool. No traces of alcohol were discovered in Kosaku's blood. I knew it! Mie said so. Yes, in which case we must investigate this as an incident. Of course, we're also investigating the possibility that this was an accident as well. So I came here to question the resident of this house. I see. If nothing else, the police admit that he wasn't driving drunk. That's great, Mie. Anyway, you wanted to talk to Mom, right? Yeah, and to Seiji, who's said to be the next heir. Oh, if only you came a bit sooner. The succession ritual's already started. Succession ritual? What's that exactly? The person who's to be the next head shuts themselves off in a room and prays to Koto Shironushi, like giving their regards. Okay. Can you hear it, this chanting? Sure enough, Riho can hear chanting echoing from the depths of the castle. Riho assumed it was a sutra, since the former head of the family passed away, but it seemed that it's not the case. Now that you mention it, yes, I've been hearing it ever since we came in. I think it's called the Ebisu chant, a ritual that's been going for generations when the family head changes. Don't think too hard about it. So, doing that ritual means you're officially acknowledged as the new family head? Yeah, Uncle Seiji's been refusing to eat eggs and chicken meat because of the ritual. Apparently Koto Shironushi hates those foods or something. Okay. He's been gung-ho about taking over the new head even before Uncle Kosaku, the eldest son, died. Okay, well, he's the prime suspect. For sure. Assuming Kosaku's death wasn't an accident, do you think it had to do with his family's succession feud? Given my position, it's hard to answer that question here. We need to consider all the possibilities for the time being. I suppose. But given the timing of his death, it only makes sense to assume it had to do with this succession feud. And what about everyone else? Seiji is busy with the ritual, so maybe we can just talk to Ryoko? You can't right now. Other candidates for the position of the family head are to stay in the antechamber until the ritual ends. Okay. I see. An assistant in the ritual, Kazuya, has to be on standby near the seclusion room too. He must be bored stiff. It's a good thing you showed up. Anyway, the ritual should be over in less than an hour from now, so sit tight until then. Okay. Not a long wait. Yeah, I guess we might as well wait for it to end. I'm a bit pressed for time, so may I at least ask the question. May I at least question Mr. Kazuya? Yes, he's only on standby, so you can speak to him. Go ahead. Good, then I'll be over there. Bye, Mamba. Mamba waves at Riho and leaves the parlor. Sure is hot today. Ayane complains while flapping her blouse as top to fan herself. Hey, you want some ice cream? I got some in the back. Oh, how hospitable. You don't need to fuss over us. Come on, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to eat some, but I can't eat it alone, can I? If that's the case, maybe we should have some. What do you say, Manabe? Okay. Yes, I'll have some too. Ice cream party. Now we're talking. Give me a sec. I'll bring it over. Popsicles are the best. I didn't expect you to eat something so common. It's all about the taste, you know. Plus, at this season, it's all about popsicles. The three of them relaxed as they ate the ice cream Ayane brought over. Ria's been stressed and mentally strained since morning, so she finally gets a chance to relax. However... Huh? A hoarse scream echoes through the estate, tearing that relaxing moment to shreds. It came from over there. And screamed just now. Was that Seiji's voice? Oh. Uh-oh. Ryo and the others hurried down the long corridor. Halfway through the corridor, they find Manpa, knocking on a large wooden door. Kazuya standing behind him. That was apparently the ritual room where Seiji had shut himself in. Mr. Seiji, what happened? Why won't this door open? During the ritual, the door is locked from the inside with a bolt. Mr. Seiji, answer me, Mr. Seiji. Oh, he's gonna be dead. In that case, bust the door down. Mamba tackles the wooden door a few times. After several rammings, the wooden door comes off its frame, and Mamba stumbles into the room. And there they find... Oh, shit. He got shot with a crossbow. Whoa. This is... Seiji's lying on the floor face down with an arrow pierced into his back. Below the wooden door, Mamba rammed open, is the crossbow that presumably shot that arrow. Well, ain't that some shit? Okay. No good, he's dead. Mamba places a hand on the nape of Seiji's neck and informs them with a severe expression. Looking down at him, Riho whispers to Manabe. Manabe, record this. Huh? Hurry. Yes. Manabe hurriedly takes out her camcorder and records the state of the room. Reflected in the viewfinder was Seiji's motionless form. Manabe could already tell that he had completely passed on. Riho Part 1, Chapter 2. Alright. It's the first time I've ever had so much happen in just one day. I'd imagine most people in Japan don't experience something like this in their entire lives. She conversed rather monotonously, owing to fatigue. After the whole incident took place, Mamba told them the place was off limits, and Riho and Manabe returned to the Miho Inn. I guess this is a serial murder case. If nothing else, Seiji's death was definitely murder. The fact Kosaku didn't have any alcohol in his blood does make his death more suspect. But in Seiji's case, the seclusion room was locked. It was a closed room murder. I jotted down a diagram of where everyone was when Seiji screamed. See, it looks like this. The exit leading out to the corridor from the seclusion room is clearly visible from the opposite room. And Kazuya, who was on standby to help with the ritual, was there, along with Inspector Mamba. True. Even if we'd assumed Kazuya was lying, Inspector Mamba was right there with him. Yeah. So the only person who could have done it is Ryoko, right? Ryoko was in this room. It only had one entrance, too, and she'd need to pass by the parlor we were in to reach the seclusion room. Or somebody else, someone else out of this group of people. Apparently everyone has a solid alibi. Interesting. We didn't see her though, and Ayane was with us. We all have alibis for when it happened. So this is another accident? Maybe the arrow misfired for whatever reason. That's weird too. Imagine two candidates to the position of the family head dying. Both of them from accidents. Yeah, why would he also have a crossbow loaded, pointed at his back that could misfire? What the fuck? I'm allowed to snoop around some more. You're still trying to find the truth for Mie's sake, right? Right. Let's keep going a bit further with this. Yes, we're already part of this, so let's see this through to the end. Okay. Well, let's go to the residence first. Return to the crime scene. The Kotoshiro residence is surrounded by patrol cars. A crowd of onlookers is standing a distance away, whispering curiously among themselves. Riho crossed through the audience, and they were ushered in once they told the police they were related to the case. Okay. Check this room. This is where we were. Ryoko and Ayane are in the parlor. Interesting. Ryoko regards Riho and Manabe with cold eyes, but Ayane, by contrast, gestures for them to come closer. How long are they gonna block off the hallway? Oh, they're inspecting the crime scene? Yep, it's so hot though. I'm gonna melt. I just want to get some ice cream. We just had some together earlier, and you still have more in stock? I've got my own fridge for just ice cream. I can eat as much as I want, and I never run out. Wow. Fancy. Ice cream fridge. You want a fridge for ice cream? You really are a rich young lady, huh? Huh? Isn't everyone in the family having their own fridge normal? No way! I don't think I'd even have enough food to fit in more than one fridge. Okay. Ryoko looks at Riho and Manabe, over with an expressionless face and parts her lips to speak. Ayane told me about you. I take it you're looking into Kosaku's death? Yes, we were hoping to ask you a few things about that. Ryoko's attitude wasn't particularly oppressive, but Riho speaks while feeling oddly pressured. Kosaku's daughter, Mei, is a friend of mine, and I might get to the bottom of this for her sake. I see, but I'm afraid I can't do anything to help you. I know nothing about this whole affair. Really? Sensing that Riho is being overwhelmed by Ryoko's pressure, Manabe follows up. So, don't you think it's odd that just as the old family had passed away, Kosaku, one of the heir candidates, passed away? Well, I wouldn't know. If I had to guess, perhaps it's the Koto Shironushi's rage at work. Oh. That's unscientific rubbish. Kosaku cast aside his duty as the future head and left this household, choosing to be adopted into another family. That selfish man drove his car to a watery grave, not unlike Koto Shironushi, when he was cornered by Takemi Kazuchi and forced to hide under his boat. Seiji was too frisky with the bottle, and had one brush with the law too many. He shames our family name. He was shot in the back. It's quite similar to Amano Wakehiko, who was shot to death for forgetting his duties. Both are stories relating to the transfer of the land. I see. You truly believe this? Who's to say? I at least think so. That is all. Takemi Kazuchi is Kanji's persona, yes. Anything else to say? I've heard Kosaku was supposed to come here today and discuss the matter of the inheritance. Is that true? Yes, that was the plan. I don't think Kosaku was going to nominate himself as heir. What makes you think so? Well, if he was going to do the succession ritual, he'd have to forego eating eggs and meat, right? Since Koto Shironushi dislikes those foods. Yeah, he ate rotisserie chicken the night before. But last night he had dinner with us, and it didn't look like he cared about that. He ordered a chicken dish. Ryoko would listen to Riho with closed eyes, but opens them silently upon hearing this. I see. Your assumption is probably correct. I too suspect as much. He would have likely participated in the ritual as part of the process, and had no desire to become the next head. Ryoko, is that what you think? To begin with, he cast aside this family because he had no attachment to such matters. I doubt he suddenly started wishing for that position. Right. I don't think Ryoko is lying. I thought Ryoko would profit the most from Seiji's death, since the position of the family head fell to her. And if she knew Kosaku wasn't a rival to that position, she had no motive to kill him. Man, the police keep blocking me off. I just want to get some ice cream. Ayane, your uncle just passed away. Watch your demeanor. Fine. Okay. Go check the hallway. Is Monba out here? A number of officers is standing in front of the door to the seclusion room. The atmosphere feels quite flustered. Noticing Riho's approach, the officers block the way. Hey, we're currently investigating the crime scene. You can't go any further. Where can we find Inspector Mappa? Inspector. He's checking the room. Either way, please clear out. Apparently asking around here isn't an option. Riho and Manabe decided to go elsewhere without making a fuss. Alright. We'll come back. Where else can we check? We can check the pier again. Oh, there's Mie. Oh. Riho comes to the wharf. Upon seeing Mie there, her breath catches in her throat. She places a bouquet she'd bought somewhere on the wharf. There's no sign of the police anymore. The wharf is quiet and serene, as if nothing had happened. Riho approaches Mie, who stands still and quiet, and speaks to her. Mie, you should have rested in your room a bit longer. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, but I couldn't sit still. Right. Mie, I've got one bit, really just a little bit of good news. The police didn't find any alcohol in your father's blood. So it was just like you said, your father wouldn't and didn't drive drunk. Really? Right then. Thank you, Riho, for letting me know. Yeah, but now we don't know why he was driving erratically. Did your dad maybe have some kind of chronic disease? Maybe he had a seizure. Mie simply kept shaking her head in denial. The closest thing he had to a chronic disease was high blood pressure, and he took medicine for that. I don't think that would cause a seizure. Right, yeah, understood. This is the only thing I can say right now, but I think I'll be able to tell you the truth about your dad's death soon, so wait for me. Mie stays silent and simply regards her with a small smile. Riho meets her gaze and smiles back, and the two of them leave Mie behind and leave the wharf. Okay. Go to Fumonin. Oh, Kazuya's here. Ah, hello there. Kazuya calls out to Riho as she and Manabe approach Fumonin. He was noticeably carrying a bundled up cleaning cloth. Kazuya, how come you're not at the estate? I left with the inspector's approval. I'm here with Lady Ryoko. She's cleaning the Kotoshiro family graveyard. I should be holding questioning in a bit, but given that I was with the inspector the whole time, they don't see me as a suspect. Oh, you must be relieved that Inspector Mamba can serve as a witness for you. Yes, to begin with, when we heard the screams, none of the people in the estate were near the room. Must have been an intruder, yes? Yes, that sounds possible. I hope so, yeah. Okay. Kazuya, just to make sure, but no one entered the room while Seiji was doing the ritual, right? I'm quite sure no one entered, yes. I was in the opposite room, and my door was open. I had a clear view of the door to the seclusion room. So yes, I don't believe anyone entered the room. Plus, if anyone had passed through the corridor, Lady Ayana would have seen them. Lady Ayana would have seen them. She did pass through there. Okay. Ayana passed through there. The ice cream. No one passed through after she did. Ayane passed through the corridor when... Remember when she went to get us some ice cream? Yeah, that's right. Unless one of them set the crossbow up to like fire on a delay. I guess it's possible. Because Seiji wouldn't have been moving during the ritual. Okay. Yes, indeed. She went to the kitchen, which is down the hall. She had a few ice creams with her when she headed back. No one else passed by except for Lady Ayane. The inspector can confirm that much. He was there with me. The ritual room was locked with a bolt from the inside, so no one could go in from the outside. Right, Inspector Mamba had to ram the wooden door open. Closed room murder. No, there's a chance this wasn't even a murder to begin with. Interesting, okay. Anything else from you? Okay. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? Last night, I mean, on the day that Kosaku Aoto passed away, where were the Kotoshido house's residents back then? Yesterday, the Kotoshidos were meeting with the temple to arrange for the previous head's funeral. They were at home since sunset and until midnight. Except for Master Seiji, that is. Oh. Okay. The night Kosaku died, Seiji was the only member of the Kotoshido family to be out of the estate. So Seiji wasn't at the estate. Well, it's not out of the ordinary. He goes out to drink during the evenings. No one pays it much mind. But he could have killed Mie's father. Could have killed Kosaku. I see. Riho, maybe the person that called Kosaku was... Yeah, out of the Kotoshidos, it had to be Seiji. Okay. That's all we have, right? Oh no, we can ask again. Thank you for the bad luck, I appreciate it. So Seiji was the sort to go out drinking at nights. Well, he's the kind that doesn't settle down without a drink. But as a servant, I'm in no position to comment on his habits. Okay. That seems like enough info. Where to now? The two say goodbye to Kazuya and leave Fumanin out into the streets. As they go, Riho hangs her head in thought. Riho, what's wrong? Just a little something. Yeah. I'm starting to think this isn't a serial murder over succession rights. But if that's the case, there isn't actually a common culprit here. Common culprit. I mean, wouldn't it make sense? If someone killed Kosaku, everyone has an alibi except for Seiji. They're meeting with the temple's priest. I don't think they'd lie about that, since we can just ask to see if they're telling the truth. Now Seiji, the one person without an alibi, is dead, and everyone else has alibis for his death too. So that means everyone in the Kotoshido estate is innocent. I mean, it could be Rie, or Mie. Mie coming to get revenge for the father's death. Maybe the assumption that this is a serial murder is wrong to begin with. Okay. Here. I can't believe I had a fun photo shoot here just yesterday. A lot of bad things happened in the space of one day. Yeah, at this point I'd almost missed that creepy cameraman guy. He called? Huh? I thought you just called for me. What, do you feel like going out for lunch now? I didn't call for you. I did not go away. Oh, come on, give me a break. Cameraman obediently goes off, mumbling to himself. That was a shock. I didn't think he'd still be here. What was he doing here, I wonder? Okay, let's go to Restaurant Bear. Sorry for bothering you while you're busy. Upon entering the restaurant, Riho speaks to the waiter that served them yesterday. Oh, aren't you the one from yesterday? Did you meet with Mr. Kazuya Makita? Yes, thanks to your kind help. That's good. So how can I help you today? It doesn't look like you came here to dine with us. Actually, I wanted to ask about what kind of non-alcoholic cocktail the person I was with yesterday had. Like its ingredients. Its ingredients? Yes, could you at least show me the bottle? I think it was called Pear Banquet. Give me a moment. Waiter disappears into the kitchen and returns to the bottle in hand. This is a bottle of Pear Banquet. The ingredients listed are pear juice, grapefruit juice, carbonated water, and sweetener. Okay. Include grapefruit juice and carbonated water. Huh? There was grapefruit juice mixed in here too? Yes, this cocktail is made by mixing 2 types of fruit juice, so... See. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have bothered you in the middle of work. Oh. Leaving the baffled waiter behind, Riho rushes out of the restaurant. Wait up, Riho. What was that all about? Does it have anything to do with the case? It has everything to do with it. We should be thinking of Kosaku and Seiji's death as completely separate from each other. What do you mean? He might have an alibi for Kosaku's death, but we can't assume Seiji's death is completely unrelated. Huh? What do you mean by that? Hey, Riho, answer me! Ignoring Manabe's puzzled question, Riho walks off in a quick gait. Manabe gives up on asking any questions and goes after her. Let me check the pier and just make sure there's nothing else here. The Nakomi Wharf is once again silent and serene. I guess Mia went back home. I hope she gets some rest. Riho takes out her smartphone, wondering if she should send her a message, but I should leave her alone for now. She reconsiders and puts away her smartphone. Okay, we're going back to the residence then. There's Mamba. A number of officers is standing in front of the door to the seclusion room. The atmosphere feels quite flustered. I noticed Mamba was inside. Inspector Mamba, can I give you a few things? Oh, it's you. What is it? Did we see the crime scene in the seclusion room again? That's a bit of a tall order. Please, we won't touch anything in the room. We just want to look. Well, fine. I'll come with you then. Just make sure not to touch anything with your hands or move anything. Got it? Yes, understood. Cracking a small smile at Riho's response, Mamba leads the two into the seclusion room. Okay. We're into the crime scene now. Cool. Start with the murder weapon. This doesn't look like a normal bow. It's called a crossbow, right? Yes, I knocked it away when I busted the door open, but it was originally covered by that cloth over there. We suspect it was fixed on that box over there, but... Why is there a crossbow in this room? Well, it seems Seiji brought it previously. Interesting. The crossbow was bought by Seiji. Huh? This belongs to Seiji himself? Yes, apparently he bought it a few years ago and used it to shoot animals around the area. That's awful. He'd received fines from the police for breaking animal rights. Apparently Miss Ryoko put the bow here, since this room isn't in use. But there's no way it just misfired now and killed him, right? That's too much of a coincidence. Yes, that's quite hard to imagine. Okay. The door. Hey Riho, check this out. And what? See the tatami over there? There are burn marks on it. Oh. There are faint burn marks on the tatami mat. Like Manabe says, there are faint burn marks across from where the crossbow supposedly was. You're right, I wonder why. Maybe it was burned by a cigarette or something of the sort? Yeah, that could be, but I can't imagine such a rich family would leave a burn mark in a room meant for an important ritual. So maybe the burn happened during the ritual for some reason? Yeah, the question is how. Okay. This is the kind of thing you usually see at a shrine. It's called a himoroki. I assume this is set up because the ritual is for Kotoshiro-nushi. I get that, but it's still it's still a pretty scary sight. Okay. Goldfish bowl. I've read mysteries where a goldfish bowl was used to start a fire. It gathers sunlight and functioned like a burning lens. There were actually cases of a plastic bottle full of water causing a fire to break out. It said this goldfish bowl was mostly empty, so that phenomenon wouldn't happen here. Yeah, it's only got a bit of water. Huh? There's a little window here. There's a small window along the wall. Peeking out, Riho discovers it leads out to the courtyard. Of course, it isn't large enough for a person to pass through. Hey, what if the crossbow is just a diversion and someone shot Seiji through here? I doubt that. Given Seiji's position when we found him, hitting him in the back from there would be impossible. Right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh, we have to recheck stuff. Let's look here again. Tommy didn't look new, but it did appear... Oh. But it did appear what? Okay. Well, the tatami appeared. But that only served to make the burn marks stand out all the more. This isn't a cigarette burn. Even if Seiji did smoke, he wouldn't do it here in the middle of a ritual. We check this. Check the crossbow again. Oh, there's some string in here. Riho whispers after looking closely at the crossbow. Yep. True enough, there's a string tied around the crossbow's trigger. It's severed some 4 inches along the length of the string. What's this? There's traces of a pin being fixed in place by the string, but the details aren't clear yet. Still, it looks like it's rigged, so once the string is severed, the crossbow will be shot. What? So even if whoever did this isn't in the room, they could just sever the string and get Seiji shot? Yeah, which is why there's the burn mark. It's a possibility, but the remaining string is only 4 inches in each direction. You can't cut it without being in the room. When we heard the scream, none of us were near the room. Kazuya was closest, but I was there with him. Burn marks. Let me check this again. But it's still bothering me. This room is for a ritual. Why keep a goldfish tank here and an empty one at that? Riho crosses her arms in thought for a moment. The sight she'd seen flashed through her mind. Wait. What is it? Manabe, you've got footage of just when the incident happened, right? Could you show it to me? Sure, but overwhelmed by Riho's aggressiveness, Manabe searches through her camcorder's memory. Here, there it is. She hands Riho the camera. With the preview monitor replaying the moment they discovered Seiji's body. Riho looks at the footage intently and whispers. Knew it. I wasn't remembering wrong. See, compare this goldfish tank to the one in the video. There's absolutely no water in the goldfish tank in the video. Right, but now there's a bit of water in that same tank. Inspector Mamba, none of the officers put any water in this tank, right? Of course not. Preserving the crime scene is essential. None of us would do that. And this might be the key to solving this mystery. See, but what kind of key is it exactly? That's what we need to figure out next. That's pretty undependable for how confident you are. I guess this is everything that draws my attention. Cool. The burned mark on the tatami mat, the string set on the crossbow, a bit of water that appeared in the goldfish tank. All these facts were rotating in Riho's mind. There's something in this room that makes no sense, and that's the key to solving this mystery. And that thing is, it's... Ah! Manabe and Mamba both turn to Riho as she exclaims loudly. That's it! That's what it was. I solved the mystery. Inspector Mamba, can you gather all the people involved with this case here? But... Mamba is perplexed, but Riho simply regards him with a smile beaming with confidence. Riho Part 1, the solution. One hour later, gathered in the Kotoshiro Estate's parlor are Ayane and her mother, Kazuya the servant, and Mie. They were all informed by Manba. The culprit had been discovered, and so everyone present is visibly quite nervous. Through that heavy atmosphere, Riho enters the room with Manba and Manabe. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for waiting, and it seems everyone I've called is accounted for. Inspector Manba, you summoned us here saying that the culprit had been discovered. Does this mean both Kosaku and Seiji were killed by someone? I believe Miss Riho here will explain that. Miss Riho, if you will. Right. At Manba's introduction, Riho takes a step forward. As she does, the room fills up with noise. Wait just a moment, this young lady's going to explain it? My apologies, Inspector, but as jokes go, this is quite tasteless. Isn't she just a civilian? Everyone begins complaining, but Riho silences them with a single, thundering exclamation. Silence! True, I am just a civilian. But I was the one who figured out the culprit behind this case. Objection! I'd like to share that truth with all of you, but I think holding a question and answer session should make it easier to understand. So to that end, I'll need one of you to act as my partner here. Ayane. Ayane replies with an odd, somewhat squeaky voice at being named. Me? Yes, I'll start by explaining my reasoning, so if anything doesn't make sense to you, I want you to call me out on it. I don't mind if you try to outright argue me down, alright? Fine, I guess, but it's really weird seeing you like this. Ayane moaned in complaint, but steps up to the plate nonetheless. Seemingly satisfied, Riho takes a single deep breath and parts her lips to speak. When I tried to solve Kosaku and Seiji's deaths, the biggest issue was that there was no sign that they were done by the same culprit. The only one that might have killed Kosaku that night was Seiji. Everyone else had alibis. Yeah, that's right. Mom, Kazuya, and I were in a meeting discussing the previous head's funeral. Yes. But then the only person without an alibi, Seiji, died next, in which case the two murders didn't have a common culprit. So I stopped thinking of this as a serial murder and tried to focus on Seiji's death. And as a result, I figured out who killed Seiji. She'd already said this, but Riho once again points out that she found out who the culprit was. Everyone present exchanged doubtful glances. Among everyone, Ayane alone replies in her usual tone. I'm only arguing here because you told me to, but Uncle Seiji was in a closed room. How could he have been murdered? Well, the crossbow we found in that room had a string tied to its trigger. The string was fixed to the trigger and strained in such a way that if it were cut in a certain moment, it would fire an arrow. No, but like, no one was around the room when Uncle Seiji was shot. No one could have cut the string. No, the string wasn't directly cut by someone. It was cut using the power of nature. And there were traces proving that in the room. And that proof is... oh, the burn marks on the tatami I have to hold. The burn marks on the tatami. Huh? The tatami? Yes, do you know what a burning lens is? It's when a mirror, water, or a plastic bottle serve as a lens to reflect sunlight and cause a fire. That's the culprit's trick this time, hence the burn marks on the tatami mat. Wait, hold up. Wait a sec. There weren't any mirror plastic bottles in the room, so then how? They could have used a certain object. Oh, they used a certain object, and only one person could have set it up. In other words, whoever set it up was the culprit. Okay, but like, when and how did the culprit set it up? It's still a closed room, you know? Well, that was... here. When the incident happened, no one walked through the corridor after Ayane passed through. Ayane, you went to get us ice cream before the incident happened, right? I did, but I just went to the kitchen and came back. I didn't go into the seclusion room. Kazuya saw me, didn't he? He didn't have to go in. Have to get to the courtyard. Kazuya nods in agreement at Ayane's words. But Riho continues, as if not paying that any mind. Right, you didn't enter the seclusion room, but couldn't you take the back door from the kitchen to the backyard? In the backyard, there's a small window leading to the seclusion room. Wait up! You're trying to make it sound like I'm the culprit, but why would I do it? A burglar could have snuck over the fence, or through the back entrance or something. No. To pull off this crime, you had to have gone through the kitchen alone. Or through the kitchen once. The kitchen? Why would the culprit have to go through there? Why would they have to go through the kitchen? I have evidence that can explain it. And that's... Oh, there's a bit of water in the goldfish tank. The goldfish tank in the seclusion room. The culprit used the goldfish bowl as a burning lens. Huh? Hilarious. Hilarious. Well, yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, was there any water in a goldfish tank? It can't function as a burning lens without any water, right? Right. And that's how I figured out you were the culprit, Ayane. Huh? When we heard Seiji scream and ran back to the room, the goldfish tank looked empty at his sight. But when we checked later, there was a bit of water at the bottom of the tank. What the hell? Maybe you just saw wrong and... Can it even function as a lens with so little water? It's possible. What? Assuming that bit of water was actually ice that clung to the glass. There was actually a TV show that tried and successfully used ice as a lens to start a fire. In other words, an ice lens could have been used to burn off the string set on the crossbow. But how would you even make a lens of ice? That show used a board to polish the ice into a lens's shape. But it's even simpler if you use the goldfish tank shape. First you take the bowl, put a bit of water in it, and put it in the fridge while it's tilted. Then, you put water on the other side and freeze it the same way. This gives the impression there's no water in the tank. And you can probably use anti-fog spray or natural detergent to make sure no water droplets surface on the ice. And as time passes by, the ice melts, leaving only a little bit of water in the tank. It was set up so that if one were to check after the crime, they wouldn't be able to tell a burning lens was used. The culprit kept the tank in the fridge, and then waited to place it in the seclusion room, through the window, and they found a good spot earlier. Seiji was facing forward and performing the Ebisu chant, so he probably didn't notice a bit of noise from the outside. Then as time went by, the sunlight reflected off the lens, burned through the string, and fired the arrow. That was a trick behind the case. And the only one who went through the kitchen and could have done it was you, Ayane. Guess this is the end of the line. Truth revealed! We did it! Wow! Ayane's expression completely changes, and she shrugs as if a weight has been taken off her shoulders. Right, you got it all right. I did it. That asshole would always drink and get violent. He'd shoot animals with his crossbow, beat Kazuya. He didn't deserve to be the family head. So I've been preparing forever to teach him a lesson when the right time came. It was the same with Uncle Kosaku. He was a selfish bastard who ran from his family, and Mom had to clean up the messes he left behind. Mom was the one who kept the family together, so far, so she's the one who deserves to be the family head. Ayane, you... But I do feel bad about getting you mixed up in this mess, Riho. For real. Sorry. Ayane speaks with her usual bright tone. There's no signs of regret in her expression. If anything, she looks refreshed and relieved. Wait just a moment. Mie, who had kept silent until then, suddenly speaks up. Her face is contorted with so much anger. Riho had never seen her like this. You killed my father for something like that? You didn't have to go that far. Why? Why did you have to kill Dad too? I didn't know about your dad. Huh? I didn't kill Uncle Kosaku. I was honestly shocked to hear he died. I figured that so long as it wasn't that piece of shit Seiji, I wouldn't mind if Uncle Kosaku came back and became the next head. Thank you for the good luck, Deedla. That's a lie! What? Riho steps forward, as if to stop Mie from pressing any more on Ayane. Riho. Mie, what Ayane's saying is true. Ayane didn't kill Kosaku. But that's... Then who did it? Riho shakes her head, and after a pause tells Mie the truth. Nobody set his death up. It really was just an accident. Accident. Mie, you told me Kosaku had high blood pressure, right? And that he's taking medicine for it? Yeah. That's part of the reason. That and the grapefruit. The drink he ordered in the restaurant. The pear banquet. Eh? The pear banquet. Yeah, there is one thing people who are taking high blood pressure medicine aren't allowed to eat or drink. Consuming it makes the medicine work too well, which makes their blood pressure plummet. It can make people unable to stand or even pass out. That's... Then... The non-alcoholic cocktail he ordered. The pear banquet. It's made out of pears and grapefruits. He probably can't eat grapefruits with his medicine, but because the drink's called a pear banquet, he didn't know. That's sad. So I think that because he drank it, Kosaku passed out while driving. That's... If I'd noticed that, Dad wouldn't have died. Now don't blame yourself. It wasn't your fault, Mie. It really was just an unfortunate coincidence. But... Oh. Mie breaks down in tears, and Riho embraces her gently. Behind them, Manba quietly leads Ayane out of the room. Poor Mie. Riho, Part 1 Epilogue. The next day, Riho, who had solved everything, is exploring the banks of Lake Shinji with Manabe. So in the end, you realized it in the middle of the investigation, that Kosaku was... Yeah, I'm sorry. I figured it would shock me. Even back then, I wasn't sure if I should tell her up until the very last moment. You did good. Manabe gently pats Riho on the head. Losing a loved one so suddenly is tragic. The fact there wasn't a culprit meant Mie doesn't have to keep holding a grudge against anyone. In a way, I think you saved her. You think so? I hope so. I'm sure of it. You're so nice today, Manabe. True, but thank you for the bad luck. I appreciate it. That's rude. I'm always nice, so long as you don't start spouting out weird puns. This has been sad. Oh, lowercase I. Wow. That's odd to see. Especially, like, 2 words after an uppercase I. Interesting. Well, I guess I can't exactly fix that habit. My god. Manabe sighs in exasperation and turns her camcorder at Riho. Now give us a one-liner to wrap this up, star actress. Well... Let's go. 3, 2, action! More pictures. And so, ended our encounter with the first case. We couldn't save everyone involved, but I did save a good friend of mine, and I'm satisfied with that. Let us meet again, this time in the land of Iwami. Alright, that was passable. Ah, you're back to being strict, Manabe, again. Alright. Trophy earned newcomer actress. And we get more credits. Cool, alright. Well, we've made some progress today. Part 1 for both, Riho and... What the... Oh, fuck. What's the other guy's name? Oh, shit. It's been like 2 hours. Maxi? I don't remember his name. Yagumo? Yagumo. Yeah, that guy. Part 1 for both of them. Yeah, Yagumo. Okay, I can remember. I can remember stuff. Riho, Manabe, Yagumo, Magari. Alright. we beat the game! Yet again! Now this side doesn't have lyrics on the song. The Yagumo Part 1 had lyrics going. Yeah! We're going crazy! Alright, does that take me back to the flowchart? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So you've cleared Yagumo Part 1 and Riho Part 1. We have Part 2 for both. I think... Can I save here? Can't save here. Fuck. Oh, fuck, we can't save here. I'm just gonna assume it auto-saves. Because we can go back to title screen. There we go. Oh, and then we can view flowchart here. Where does continue put us? I want to check. Continue. Also probably puts us at the flowchart, right? Or not. Or not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, this is what we just saw. Okay, cool. Well. Skip all. Right? Skip red works too. Is Astral Chain dead? Astral Chain's not dead. No. Why would Astral Chain be dead? Alright. Well. That's it for today, I think. Did we get any, like, extra stuff in the config? I doubt it. Probably be an extras menu later. There is. And a root letter had like an extras menu after finishing it the first time. Okay. Oh, that was fun. I guess we'll next time we'll pick up with Yagumo Part 2. I guess. No stream tomorrow. I still don't know what I'm gonna do Wednesday, to be honest. I think I might just do this on Wednesday. It's either going to be this or Cage 3. I'm going to be doing Cage 3 practice off stream tomorrow. I can't stream at the normal time that I want to because I'm going to be busy with stuff with my dad. But I'm going to be doing Cage 3 practice later in the day. I think I'm probably just going to do this again on Wednesday and then do more Cage 3 practice off stream. Then we'll do more of this on Thursday as well. Even if we don't do it on Wednesday, we'll do more on Thursday. And Cage 3 no reset on Friday to prep for the relay. I'm gonna check really quick. I'll update the schedule right now, actually. So as of right now, I'm gonna change the schedule. Wednesday we'll do root film, because that's what I'm thinking right now. If something changes, I'll change the schedule again. But as of now, this will continue Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. If not Wednesday, I'll update in the Discord, and it'll continue Thursday at 1 instead. But yeah, we'll continue with Yagumo Part 2 next time. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the Weeb game, the visual novels. So it's interesting so far. I don't really know how it'll be going forward. But it's at this point it's interesting enough to want to play more. So we can continue this on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your day or night, everybody. See you later. Bye. Bye.